Tired of hearing the endless hype about electric cars and their clean future? Hyundai has introduced a development that could change everything. They have unveiled a hydrogen combustion engine, the N74 fuel cell, and it is generating significant interest across the automotive industry. This moves the conversation beyond the traditional gasoline versus electric debate, positioning hydrogen as a serious contender. This engine focuses on reducing emissions while still delivering performance. With Hyundai's CEO introducing this innovation, there is genuine excitement. Imagine the sound of a high-performance engine without harmful exhaust. That is a future worth anticipating. This video will examine Hyundai's hydrogen engine, its performance, its eco-friendly benefits, and its potential to reshape the future of driving. Soon, hydrogen-powered vehicles might be a common sight. Unlike traditional electric vehicles that use heavy batteries, hydrogen fuel cell cars are lighter and operate differently. They use a fuel cell stack that combines hydrogen with oxygen from the air to generate electricity, with pure water vapor as the only byproduct. In essence, driving such a car leaves behind only clean water. So, think of hydrogen as kind of an evolution of fuel. Refueling is going to feel pretty familiar, just like visiting a gas station, and it only takes about 5 minutes to fill up a tank. Plus, you get a longer driving range than a lot of electric vehicles out there, which means you can travel long distances without having to make frequent charging stops. Hyundai has plans to take this hydrogen technology way beyond just a single model. They're looking to include sedans, SUVs, trucks, and even heavy-duty vehicles. Now, hydrogen cars aren't really common on the road just yet. There were only about 15,000 registered in the United States by the middle of 2022. But infrastructure is coming along. California, for example, is building a network of fueling stations, and Hyundai is investing a lot in the infrastructure needed to make hydrogen driving something more people can actually do. Hydrogen is actually the most common element in the universe, and it's a super effective energy carrier. With the world really focusing on cutting carbon emissions, hydrogen is playing a pretty big role in decarbonizing transportation. Hyundai is working on developing a complete ecosystem for hydrogen fuel production, storage, and transportation, all to make it more accessible and affordable for everyone. Hydrogen combustion engines, have significant potential. They emit no carbon dioxide or harmful exhaust, just water vapor really. Refueling takes about 5 minutes for a range of 300 to 400 miles, which is pretty convenient. Furthermore, this technology has applications beyond transportation, including things like power generation, marine propulsion, and even aviation. Hyundai's investment is expected to encourage other manufacturers to invest in similar technology, fostering competition and innovation that, honestly, benefits consumers in the long run. Traditional fossil fuels are a major contributor to air pollution and climate change. The wider availability of affordable hydrogen fuel could be, transformative, helping to reduce emissions and our dependence on oil. Hydrogen can be produced from various sources, including biomass like agricultural waste, which repurposes materials that would otherwise release methane. It can also be produced through steam methane reforming, though this method is less environmentally friendly unless paired with carbon capture technology. A major challenge for hydrogen adoption is infrastructure, often called the chicken and egg problem. Consumers hesitate to buy the cars without widespread fueling stations, and companies hesitate to build stations without enough cars. Hyundai is addressing this by partnering with governments and energy companies to deploy refueling stations, focusing first on key commercial routes and metropolitan areas. For the everyday driver, switching to a hydrogen vehicle would be less disruptive than switching to a battery electric car. The driving experience is nearly identical to a conventional gasoline car, including familiar engine sounds and vibrations. There is no need to change driving habits or plan trips around charging station locations and wait times. The convenience of a 5-minute refueling for a 400-mile range is a nearly seamless zero-emission replacement for the internal combustion engine. The future applications are honestly just vast. Imagine for a moment container ships running on clean-burning hydrogen instead of that polluting bunker fuel, or even regional airplanes with way less noise and a much smaller carbon footprint. And, entire data centers or neighborhoods could be powered by backup generators that emit only water vapor. Hyundai's N74 engine is, more than just a new powertrain. It's really a proof of concept for a hydrogen-based society. Of course, there are still challenges like bringing down the cost of hydrogen production, distribution, and the vehicles themselves. Public education on safety is also super important, though thanks to modern engineering it's definitely manageable. The momentum is growing, and with major investments from automotive companies, hydrogen combustion is turning into a serious and promising pathway to a sustainable future. The scalability of hydrogen technology is honestly one of its most significant advantages. While passenger vehicles are a crucial starting point, the true impact of hydrogen will be realized in sectors that are, difficult to electrify with current battery technology. Long-haul trucking, for instance, requires immense power and rapid refueling to maintain efficient logistics. Hydrogen combustion engines are uniquely suited to meet these demands without the weight and charging time penalties of large batteries. Similarly, in industries like construction and agriculture, where machinery operates for extended periods under heavy load, hydrogen power can provide the necessary endurance and zero-emission operation. This broad applicability really underscores the importance of continued research and development. Efforts are focused on improving the efficiency of fuel cells, increasing the energy density of hydrogen storage systems, and developing more cost-effective methods for producing green hydrogen created using renewable energy sources like solar or wind power. As these technologies mature, the economic case for hydrogen will strengthen, making it an increasingly viable option for both consumers and industries. Public policy and international cooperation will also play a pivotal role in accelerating the hydrogen economy. Governments around the world are beginning to implement incentives and regulations that support the development of hydrogen infrastructure and encourage its adoption. By aligning standards and investing in cross-border projects, the global community can create a cohesive and efficient market for hydrogen energy. Ultimately, the journey toward a sustainable energy future is a complex one that requires a diverse portfolio of solutions. Hydrogen combustion does not seek to replace battery electric technology, but rather to complement it, addressing challenges that batteries alone cannot yet solve. Hyundai's commitment, along with that of other industry leaders, signals a confident step toward a more diversified and resilient clean transportation ecosystem. The hydrogen revolution is not a distant promise but an ongoing evolution, building momentum with each technological breakthrough and infrastructural advancement. The path forward is clear, a future where clean energy is versatile, accessible, and powerful enough to meet the world's needs without compromising the health of our planet. The conversation around clean energy is definitely evolving, and it's become pretty clear that there's no single solution out there. Battery electric vehicles are excellent for many applications, but for those heavy-duty, long-range, and high-utilization needs, hydrogen really offers a compelling alternative. Hyundai isn't just building a new engine, it's actually helping to build a whole new ecosystem that promises to preserve the driving experience while, at the same time, protecting the planet. So, the future of mobility isn't solely electric, it sure looks like it will be hydrogen too. Hydrogen combustion engines, unlike traditional gasoline and diesel engines, emit only water vapor. This means they offer the performance and familiarity of internal combustion engines, but with a much cleaner environmental footprint. They also utilize much of the existing engine infrastructure and design, making it easier for manufacturers to adapt current platforms, rather than developing entirely new vehicle architectures for battery electric systems. So in summary, hydrogen fuel isn't just renewable, it's revolutionary. It has the potential to reshape industries, drastically reduce environmental harm, and offer a sustainable, efficient, and practical path forward for global energy